The F-35 Joint Strike Fighter has been called a quarterback in the sky and the most capable tactical jet in history, but for all its stealth supercomputing power, the one labeled the F-35 just can't get away from is expensive. Now projected to exceed $1.6 trillion over the program's lifetime, a single F-35 cost the United States $36,000 every hour it's in the sky, which is $14,000 more per hour than the F-16 it was intended to replace. The F-35 was intended to serve as a cost-effective solution to multiple problems, a single fighter that could meet the needs of 3 branches of the U.S. military, as well as foreign allies. One broadly capable fighter would mean streamlining logistics, reducing training costs, slashing development time, and increasing interoperability between forces. Or at least, that was the pitch. The reality, Lockheed Martin and the Pentagon soon came to realize, was that asking for the impossible is always cost-effective. It's delivering that can be pricey. In recent, a slew of bad press for Lockheed Martin's long-troubled F-35 Joint Strike Fighter has once again made calling the 5th-generation jet a failure culturally in vogue. From overt statements about the aircraft's financial woes to newly announced tech issues causing strategic pauses in development and even an apparent lack of confidence in the aircraft's affordability coming out of the Air Force's top brass, the Joint Strike Fighter program hasn't faced such an uphill battle since the Pentagon first decided it wanted a single aircraft that could hover like a Harrier, fly supersonic like an Eagle, sneak past defenses like a Nighthawk, and land on carriers like a Super Hornet. The first studies that would lead to the Joint Strike Fighter (JSF) program as we know it began in 1993, with America shopping for a short takeoff, vertical landing fighter that could operate in the modern era. Soon, the Pentagon took notice of other fighter programs in development and posited a theory: if America could find one airplane that could replace a whole host of aging platforms, it would shrink acquisition cost, streamline maintenance and operation training, remove many of the logistical headaches tied to operating a large number of different aircraft in far-flung theaters, and make everyone's day that much easier and less expensive. In hindsight, of course, those goals weren't just naive. They may have been the program's first major problem. Lockheed, the same firm responsible for the world's first operational stealth aircraft, the F-117 Nighthawk, and the world's first operational stealth fighter, the F-22 Raptor, would ultimately beat out Boeing for the Joint Strike Fighter contract, thanks to their track record in the field of stealth and impressive technology demonstrators. Today, meeting the broad requirements of 3 American military branches and at least 2 foreign partners is one of the F-35's biggest selling points. But in the late 1990s, it was akin to Kennedy's announcement that America would put a man on the moon within the following decade. It was a good idea on paper. but nobody really knew how to make it actually happen. But money of making the impossible start to look improbable, and then eventually, mundane. The Saturn V that kept Kennedy's promise about the moon was the most complex and powerful machine ever devised by men, and by Apollo 13, just NASA's third mission to the moon, the American people already thought the rocket trip through space was too boring to watch, at least until everything went wrong. Likewise, building a supersonic stealth fighter that can hover over amphibious assault ships sounded downright crazy. That is, right up until the F-35 made it boring.